Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the Unstoppable Dynamis channel of wrestling results here in this channel. So we have Impact on Access TV results for March 17th, 2022. This action begins before the Impact with an exclusive match. Impact World Tag Team Champion Diener with Violent by Design, Eric Young, and Joe Doring versus Carl Anderson with Doc Gallows. The rivalry between the new Impact World Tag Team Champions, Violent by Design, and former champs, the Good Brothers, roll on as Diener goes one-on-one with Carl Anderson. Diener counters the gun stun in the early going, then drop kicks Anderson headfirst into the corner turnbuckles. Diener continues the assault on the outside as he drives him repeatedly into the apron. Anderson builds momentum with a power slam, followed by a running senton. Anderson hits a modified neck breaker for 2. Anderson connects with his signature spinebuster for another near fall. Anderson puts Diener away with the gun stun to score the pinfall victory. Carl Anderson with Doc Gallows defeats Impact World Tag Team Champion Diener with Violent by Design, Eric Young, and Joe Doring. After the match, the Good Brothers get on the mic and tell Violent by Design that they want an Impact World Tag Team title rematch next week, but will it be made official? Of course it will. Tensions on the road to Rebellion have reached levels never seen before, and all new Impact is on the air. Bullet Club, Jay White, and Chris Bay versus Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin, and Alex Shelley. Impact kicks off in a big way with this first time ever tag team match between the Bullet Club and the reuniting Motor City Machine Guns. Shelley offers his hand to White, but once again he refuses to shake it. The gun gain the early advantage with a drop kick. Sorry about yawning. Drop with a double. The Guns gain the early advantage with a double running kick to Bay. Sabin and Shelley lock in their own respective submissions on both members of the Bullet Club. White fights out of it and breaks up the submission attempt on Bay. Sabin dives through the ropes, colliding with his opponents on the floor. White trips up Sabin on the top rope, allowing Bay to dive over the top rope to the outside. Shelley avoids a double foot stomp from Bay, then plants him face first into the turnbuckle. Sabin is on fire as he hits White with a back body drop, then picks Bay out of midair with a drop kick. Bay connects with a spine out neckbreaker for a near fall. The Guns hit skull and bones on Bay to score the 3 count as White just misses the opportunity to break it up. Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley defeats Bullet Club, Jay White, and Chris Sabin. Or Chris Bay, sorry. So, Steve Macklin versus Rhino. Rhino is out for revenge after Steve Macklin cost him his match against Eddie Edwards at Sacrifice. Anthony Carelli joins Tom Heffen and Matthew Rodlett on commentary. Carelli reveals Macklin's motive for the attack. The constant rejection of his truth that Eddie Edwards was the one team Impact couldn't trust. Rhino charges at Macklin to gain the early advantage. Macklin chokes him up on the ropes, then delivers a series of strikes of turn the tide. Macklin hits a DDT for 2. Rhino avoids a headbutt from the second rope, giving him the opportunity to recover. Macklin hits Rhino with a gore of his own to win. Steve Macklin defeats Rhino. The Inspiration forgive Caleb with a K and are under the impression that he was trying to help them retain the Knockouts World Tag Team titles at Sacrifice, but inadvertently threw the title to Neil Dashwood instead. Cassie Lee says the next time she knows Caleb will do the right thing. He tells Rhino that they're better as a unit as they vow to capture the Impact World Tag Team titles. I thought they were supposed to be together but I don't know what's going on with those two. Larry D versus Bahamadur Jajjar. Dominate a pro Brian Myers provides alternate commentary from his very own announce desk as Bahamadur Jajjar looks to continue his winning ways against the returning Larry D. Jajjar takes out the leg of Larry, then follows up with a springboard elbow drop. Raj Singh makes his way to the ringside and the distraction allows Larry to attack him from behind. Larry hits a spinning clothesline for 2. Jajjar fights back with a sling blade. Jajjar connects with his signature spear out of the corner to win. But Bahamadur Jajjar defeats Larry D. After the match, W. Morrissey continues to terrorize Brian Myers. But this time, Myers is able to escape. Meanwhile, Jajjar pushes Singh to the outside where Morrissey gives him a BQE through the table. After qualifying for the Triple Threat X Division title match at Rebellion, Ace Austin is sure that his new friend, Mike Bailey, will do the same. Honor No More sends a message to Josh Alexander ahead of his match with Matt Taven in tonight's main event. Alicia Edwards interrupts and demands to speak to her husband, Eddie. Alicia tells him that she chooses Impact Wrestling over Honor No More in hopes that one day he will wake up and realize the mistake that he's made. It'll be a while, but AAA Rihanna D. Rihanna's champion and Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Deonna Purrazzo versus Giselle Shaw versus Lady Frost in a triple threat match for the AAA Rihanna D. Rihanna's and Ring of Honor Women's World Championships. It's the biggest champ challenge ever as Deonna Purrazzo puts both of her titles on the line against Giselle Shaw and Lady Frost in a triple threat match. All 3 knockouts exchange pin attempts in the opening seconds of the match, leading to a series of near falls. Shaw hits Purrazzo with a hurricanrana. But she gets taken out with a top rope crossbody from Frost. Shaw sends Purrazzo shoulder first into the steel ring post, taking her out of the equation momentarily. Purrazzo locks in a Fujiwara armbar on Shaw, while Frost locks in a leg lock on Peraza. Frost hits the snowball fight cannonball on Shaw. Moments later, everyone goes for a ride as Peraza German suplexes Frost while she simultaneously German suplexes Shaw. Frost connects with a blockbuster to Shaw, but Peraza hits her Queen's Gambit to retain her titles. Boo! Triple A Rihanna Rihanna's champion and Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Deonna Purrazzo defeats Giselle Shaw and Lady Frost triple threat match for the Triple A Rihanna Rihanna's and Ring of Honor Women's World Championships. In an interview with Gia Miller, Josh Alexander vows to take care of Honor No More tonight so that he can focus on reclaiming the Impact World title. Sorry. From Moose at Rebellion. Alexander reminds us that Moose has until the end of the night to sign the contract for their world title match or be stripped of the championship. He'll sign it, don't worry. Scott D'Amore grants the Good Brothers their Impact World Tag Team title rematch against, see, I told you, Violent by Design next week, but this time it's going to be a lumberjack match. D'Amore also reveals that the winners of this match will go on to Rebellion and defend their titles in the first ever 8-team elimination challenge. Interesting. That's going to be interesting. Joan versus Zicky Dice. Zicky Dice looks to bounce back, but standing in his way, the man who took out PCO with a vicious pile driver. Joan hits a clubbing blow to Dice, followed by the tsunami splash to win in mere seconds. Joan defeats Zicky Dice. After the match, PCO is wheeled out on a stretcher. PCO sits up and confronts Joan in the middle of the ring. Leading to a huge brawl between the two giants. PCO launches himself off the top rope and takes out members of security with the animator as Joan retreats up the ramp. After Impact Knockouts World Champion Tasha Steelz attacked Mickie James during her concert, Gia Miller reveals that their Knockouts World title rematch next week will now be a street fight. Chelsea Green wants to be in her corner to combat the threat of Savannah Evans, but Mickie James declines her offer to protect her already injured arm. So, Masha Slamovic versus Aerie. Aerie offers to start the match with a handshake, but Slamovic makes her pay with a back suplex. Slamovic hits a spinning heel kick in the corner, followed by a snowplow to score another dominant victory. Masha Slamovic defeats Aerie. Zicky Dice is feeling down after yet another loss earlier tonight. Gia Miller suggests that he goes back to wrestling school in order to improve. Pretty much, yes. Luckily for Dice, we see a promo for Swingers Dungeon, and spots are open now. Interesting. Don't miss an all-new Impact from Philadelphia next Thursday at 8/7 Central on Access TV and 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube for Impact Insiders. Violent by Design defend the Impact World Tag Team titles against the Good Brothers in a lumberjack match. Tasha Steelz puts the Knockouts World title on the line in a street fight against Mickie James, plus more. Matt Taven with Maria Kanellis versus Josh Alexander. Following last week's confrontation between Josh Alexander and Honor No More, Alexander looks to deal a blow to an re-engage group in tonight's main event versus Matt Taven. Maria Kanellis joins Matt Haffen and Matthew Rodlett on commentary. Taven takes Alexander off the top as he targets his left arm. Taven hits a flatliner. He then floats over into a submission. Alexander connects with a German suplex, but Taven shuts him down with a twisting neckbreaker. Taven attempts a springboard moonsault, but Alexander gets his knees up to create separation. Taven avoids a C4 spike and hits the purple thunderbomb. Taven remains in control with just the tip. Alexander hits a running crossbody to the back of Taven. Alexander counters the climax into an ankle lock, but Taven gets to the ropes. Alexander connects with a superplex, followed by a C4 spike to win. Josh Alexander defeats Matt Taven with Maria Kanellis. Impact World Champion Moose is at the home of Josh Alexander in Canada. He gives the signed contract for his Rebellion World Title defense against Alexander to his wife, Jade Chung, and he tells her that since they live so close to Anthem headquarters, he thought she could drop it off in the morning. Jade takes the contract and demands that Moose leaves as Impact goes off the air. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to be doing SmackDown and AEW results here on this channel tomorrow morning. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you guys do not miss an upload here on this channel. And I'm out.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Blonde and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy ass bitch motherfucker.